Hey YouTube, Not So Slim Jim here, doing a little follow-up video. One of the guys in the comments section asked me about shooting my RUGER57 with the modified trigger, which I'm going to do next time I go to the range, which technically I already did with the suppressed barrel, but I'm going to do it again without it so I can shoot faster. That barrel was just a test barrel. It by no means is duty ready. It was just something for, hey, look, this is what it's approximately going to sound like and all this and all that. The barrel, pretty much, I would not carry it for everyday use because I am not by any means a machinist. It worked, barely, but it worked. It was a modified factory one. So anyways, so people have been asking me about what kind of improvements I get over this. So I want to kind of go over, because it's hard to tell in a video, so I wanted to bring out the old digital caliper so people can see what's going on and show what you can get with this. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be measuring from the little crook of the trigger. I'm going to get a pen here so you guys can kind of see. Right here where you kind of get the bend right at the very top of the safety lever to directly forward, so just past the halfway point of where the front of the trigger guard is. So it's kind of a straight forward. I figured that's the best way to do it. So with this all the way forward, okay, right where it's at right there, I am going to measure it, and you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to see if I get the same measurement I did before. Oh, crap, I accidentally clicked it to inches. Hold on, I'm doing it in millimeters because it's easier. Crappity, crap. There we go. Zero it back out. Alright, because before I got 36, let's see if I'm getting 36 again. Oh, a sec. Gotta get it down. Okay, I'm getting straight line. Okay, about 36 and 36.6 millimeters. Okay, so let me write that down because I might have to do some math here in a little bit and I don't want to look like a complete idiot. So 36.6 millimeters. Okay, now, as everyone can see, it is unloaded because I'm not going to play with, rounds and my weapon while I'm at my workbench at my house. And with the weapon fully depressed, as you can tell, all the way back, it's going to go up to 40.1 millimeters. Okay, so 40.1 millimeters minus 36. Okay, so borrow the one that turns into 40. Alright, so roughly anywhere between, depending upon the pull, back and forth, I've got different measurements. I'm getting, let's see, that is roughly about 5 millimeters, give or take. So about 5 millimeter trigger pull. And just so you can get an idea of how long a 5 millimeters is, I'm going to go 5.5 because that's what I was getting consistently earlier. But maybe I'm just doing it weird because I'm on camera now. That is about 5.5 millimeters compared to my finger. So it's pretty narrow, and like I said, I can show you on it. There's where it's held back. And I'll do it with my left hand. That's about all you get with the trigger pull. Now there is a downside of this. I found there's a video going around saying these are not safe to carry. Yes and no. Yes, it's safe to carry if you carry it properly. No, if you don't carry your firearm properly and you have bad firearm handling safety, any gun's unsafe to carry. But what I found out is the safeties on these weapons, if you don't put them up all the way, like right there, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little gap. If you don't go to hear this little click, then what can happen with this, because you have to reprofile the safety a little bit. Now if I pull the trigger, nothing happens. If I give a little bit of a pull, nothing happens. But watch the safety back here. If I pull really hard, because I have to reprofile that to be able to get it smaller, to be able to get this to work, what can happen is this can actually drop if you do not put it in the fully up position. Now, if I do it in the fully up position to hear the click, I can pull this sucker as hard as I want, nothing's going to happen. So yes, this is still safe to do, and even if you for some reason forget to put it all the way up and you get whatever caught on it, and I mean, do that, it's not going to go off. Now this does have a pretty light trigger. I don't have a stock one to compare, but I will use my cheap little Wheeler gauge to show you what mine does. So I'm going to put it right about the center of the trigger pad. You can see as I pull it back. Oh, let me get this right so I'm not screwing it up. Proper fulcrum. Oh, make sure I'm not screwing this up. Okay. Yeah, excuse me, people. Get me on camera, and I get a little camera shy. All right. Now I got this. Come on, you little bugger. Holding it properly. Oh, god damn it. See? I'm telling you, get me on camera. I just start doing stupid stuff. Anyways, let's try this one more time for good luck. It's 3 times the charm. At least 2 marriages for me so far. Alright, and so we're shooting about 4.5 pounds. Earlier I was getting to go off at about 3.5. I don't know if I'm just because it's colder out here now or what. About 4, so roughly about 4 pounds on average, which is probably about the right weight for it. I say maybe it's a little bit colder in the garage now, but it's still a stock trigger spring in here. You can do the Ruger hack where the little trigger spring, you cut it down and you rebend it out. I don't like doing that. I've done that in LCPs and they work fine. But that's for, a slow firing weapon, something you want to kind of shoot real quick, might get hot, might have a little bit more use out of it. When metal starts expanding and contracting, that little spring might try to pop off its perch, so I'm leaving mine alone. But for the most part, other than you got to make sure to get that audible click up there when you're carrying your holster. Don't pull your trigger when there's a round in the chamber. Even if your thumb safety's on, don't be that guy. It works pretty well. Like I said, I like it. It gives you that really short pull. Let's do it with my left hand again. Click. So it's not bad. It's still safe to carry. Your weapon's not going to go off and shoot you in the junk like a Glock. So as usual, if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section.